So now it's time for demo. As we have already completed the theory part, you all have seen that we can install MySQL with the various way based on the binary, based on the APT, based on the repository. So many options we have. Out of these options, I'm going to choose the one of the easiest way, or you can say the repository based installation. Not the easiest, but yes, it is a very simple and less time consuming. Of course, if you are going to install with the APT, same method we are following. Yum base, same method we are following. Jpper, something is different. RPM base, same method we are following. Dev, same method we are following. Generic, that will be something different, and so on. So in my demo, I am going to use the installation method, and for my installation method, we are installing the fresh install on the MySQL server. And of course, whenever we are going to do installation, we need a repository. Either you can download from the, or we can go and we can do it. It's your wish how you are going to use it, but we need it. Without that, we are not able to do it. So let me first go and enable the MySQL repository, or in other words, you can say to add the MySQL yum repository on my server. And I hope you all are okay with that. Good. So as you can see, we are using the MySQL on Oracle Linux. So Oracle Linux 8.2, which is the latest Oracle Linux that I am using. And here you cannot open the terminal like the previous version, right click and open terminal. So what we can do here, go and open the terminal. Of course, there is some setting through that we are able to do like that. But as of now, just understood the concept, how we are going to install it. So this is my terminal window. Here we are going to use it. So here we are just calling the yum repository. My machine have the internet connection, so I am able to install it, and I am just downloading the repository from this link. Either you can download and then you can start it, or if you have an internet connection, you can directly go and do it. So here you can see it is just searching the repository and download has started. It will take 1 minute. So they are asking you, do you want to install or download? So installation size will be 317 MB. So I'm going to do it. So let me press the Y, and then we can go for installation. So it is installing the couple of repository. So common library client, those we are trying, and they are started the installation. So they are installing our environment. So it will take a couple of minutes. So by default, it will take the repository from the latest one, and that's way is done. Now we are ready for installation. Before that, we can, if you want, you are able to check the repository, which are the repository and other things, but not needed in my case. Let me try with the yum install MySQL community server. So the latest one they will take from the repository, and then you can see that the MySQL they have already installed by my command. So you can see here the installation has done, and that's why you are getting this message. If only you have enabled the repository, then you are able to do like that, like only repository, and then you can do. In my case, what I did, the local install, I have preferred local install means we have downloaded, and then based on that RPM, we are installing. So MySQL has installed on my machine, No problem at all. Now we are ready for that, but by default it is not started automatically. So by default MySQL is not starting automatically on this repository. So let me check the service MySQL D, and I am starting it. Otherwise you can see the status. So this is the first time it is starting. Once I start, yes, it started. Now I can able to check the status. So you can see my service is up and running. So we are able to see that my service is up and it is working fine, no issue at all. Okay, now my SQL has installed on this machine, but is it enough? Not at all, because it depends on that configurations. We can use different type of services, and by default it has started. So we are able to find anything, but what happened? What is my password? As you know, the MySQL earlier release, that was a different, but newer release is different. If I want to check the MySQL version, I am able to check with the MySQL -- version command. That's not a problem. But let me check first which version I'm using. So I'm going to see MySQL -- version. It will show I'm using the version 8.21, that you can verify here also in the installation what I did. No problem at all. But am I getting my installation okay? So generally whenever we do like that installation, so there's a couple of things we have to keep into mind. That is, the first thing we have to keep into mind, that after installations you need to verify if any community and which community they have installed, if repo list and other thing, which is not really required for each case. But yes, the main thing is that whenever you are starting the service, so MySQL, I need to do couple of other things. The first thing, we need to verify what is my password. From 5.6 onwards, what is happening, the password is going to be created by default, and that we can verify while we are installing. So where it is located, let me verify what is the current password, because as you know, I have not given any password, but it is taken the some password. Got it? So let me try with this. So I'm just going to find the grep temporary password, and this password will be stored into this directory var log mysql d dot log. So I'm just verifying from there. So this is my password. Of course, this older one and this is the newer one. So I'm just copying this one. This is the password. I'm just copying it, and then I can try to log into my machine and we'll check what is the password I have. Of course, this is the path where it has kept. So let me log into the MySQL, and then we can try to change the password. So for login the MySQL, you can call the MySQL. Which user I'm logging? So I'm giving the root user, and then I'm giving the password. So if I will give the password here, it won't allow you to connect, because that is not allowed due to the authentication, due to the security reason. You cannot put the password here. Like just I'm trying, so you can get the idea what I'm saying. So they are saying access denied for the user. Why? So you can easily understand here, using a password to the command line interface can be insecure, and that's why they are not allowing you. What is that? Simple logic. With the history, OS admin is able to see the whatever the password, whatever the command you have executed. Let me show you. So that way anyone can able to guess your password. Got it? Which I don't want. Got it? And that's why the MySQL has secured, and they are not taking your password. Let me remove that, and now I am giving the same password what I have given there. So let me give me the same password. So I am able to log in. You can see here I am logging to MySQL. Got it? So that's way we are able to install, we are able to do the installation. But still my MySQL is not secure at all. Got it? We are able to change the password. So let me first change the password, and then we can try with the some other password. So I'm just changing the password for DB trainings. So I can use alter user password. So let me go and change. So I am changing the password. No problem. My password has changed, and with this password I am able to log in. So this is my current password. That's way either you can change the password, but second thing is that we need to secure the environment. That is the more important than the other thing. So always make sure we have to secure that, and then you are able to do all the stuffs into MySQL. Until unless you are not securing, your environment is not good way, or you can. So by default, MySQL has given you MySQL secure installation package, which will allow you to secure your MySQL installation. And of course, this will ask you the some password, some things. So let me check. As we all know, my password I have changed. So now I don't need a variable var file, log file to check the password. Instead of that, I am going to call the MySQL secure. So let me exit from here. So either Q you can do or exit, whatever, and then I am able to run it. Here I am giving MySQL secure reinstallations, and whatever the password I am giving, that I am copying, because it is going to ask me the old password. Got it? So I'm putting MySQL secure installation. It is asking me the root password. So whatever I have copied from here, that is my current root, because I have changed it. Otherwise, if you have not changed, then you can take from the var file. So I have given the root password, and then it is asking me, do you want to change the password for root? Yes, of course I want to change it. So I am putting here why. You can use caps or small, it's your wish. And then it is asking you the password. So what password you want to change? Got it? So it depends on your need. You are able to use the password. Am I correct? So in my case, I am going to use the password, my name, or you can use your name or whatever the password you want. So it depends on your business need. By default, they will install the null password in the earlier release, but from 6 onwards, it is taking the password. So let me give the password, and here I am giving the password Rajiv. So I am giving Rajiv at the rate 123 just for the demo. So I put my password Rajiv at the rate 123. It will again ask the password. So I'm just giving Rajiv at the rate 123. Good. So do you wish to continue the password? Yes, I want to use the new password. Now it is asking remove anonymous user. Anonymous user means which is Oracle supplied. So in the MySQL, there are a couple of users which is pre-built. Similar like in Oracle, you have a different users like system. Then you have a for backup operators we have. Then we have sys. Similar like in SQL Server, we have SA and others. So similar way, if you want to remove the anonymous user, so for security purpose, always make sure if you don't need it, it is not going to remove the root, but you can choose as per your business need. In my case, I don't want to this is a just test environment, so I don't want to remove it. So I want to continue with the this. If you want to know anonymous user remove, you can put the Y. But in my case, I don't want to remove it. So any other key you can use. It is asking disallow the root login remotely. What it mean? So like if you remember in Oracle, you have a authentication base. So Windows authentication or OS authentication or network authentication. So from root, you are able to log in remotely. Similar way here, do you want to connect this machine to the root? Of course, if you are on on-call support or something, that time you need it. Otherwise, it is not mandatory. So we can skip it. That is not mandatory at all. It depends on the business need. Got it? And then we are able to use it. So that's we are going to do here. what I'm going to do here, I'm just putting here the some changes. And what changes I'm going? So disallow root login remotely. If you can put yes, no problem. It disallow. But in my case, I don't want to put Y, so I'm putting the N. Remote test database. So it is saying the remove test database and access to it. So by default, whenever you will install the sample schema and other things will be there. Of course, I am not removing it, but in real production server, we always remove it. So I'm putting here, no, I don't want to remove it. Got it? So I don't want to remove it. And then it is saying reload the privilege table now, because this is a privilege table where your whatever the permission and other thing you have given to the user, these all will be allowed. So if you have changed anything based on that, you need to reload it. Until unless you are not reloading, it is not going to impact. So for my case, I need to put it. So I'm just putting Y. All done. Now my installation has completed successfully, and this is good, fine, working fine. Let me go and connect it. So this time I am putting the password Rajiv, R caps I have given @123, and I am able to log into the MySQL. So make sure whenever you are doing the MySQL installation and other things, you have to keep those things in the mind. The password is by default enabled for the security reasons, and it depends on validate underscore password parameter. If it is false, then it won't verify. Otherwise, it always take the password into 8 characters, and that depends on your configuration. So it will take the one uppercase, one lowercase, one numbers, one special characters, and that way it do. I hope you all got the idea how to install the MySQL and how to use it. Of course, this is the way we can do it, and my installation has done completely. But yes, the installation we are directly doing it. If anything need to be updated, we are able to update. So for that we can use MySQL with Yum, and we are able to update it. Got it? If any changes is there or any new RPM and other thing has installed, that we are able to do from there. Got it? But that is not mandatory. It depends on your business need. It depends on your use. You are able to use it. Are you getting the point? So that's where you can able to do. You are able to do. But is it okay? My installation has done properly? Not at all. Later on, we can see how we can change the configuration file, how we can do the lots of other services, how we can secure this. So these all will be there. We are able to do it accordingly as per the business need. But as I said, the pre-supplied databases. So let me see what are the pre-supplied databases installed on my machine, and that we can able to do. So for that, I have given the show databases command, and this will show. So this, if you have done the MySQL, like the remove supplied user, so that will be removed. Of course, information schema have the some meaning. What purpose, those we can discuss in the later on. Performance schema, says MySQL. So these all are the pre-supplied. And if you remember, like Oracle, you have a various view, data dictionary, similar like that information will be kept here. Okay. I hope you all have understood the installation. So let me exit from here. Either you can, and then I can exit. And this is the way we install the MySQL on Oracle Linux or Red Hat or CentOS. These all are the common. Of course, it will be depend on the your documents, those things. Always make it sure. And as we have guided you, please follow the document which we have provided to all of you, and you are able to install it properly. The student guide, if you can refer all the step-by-step process as given, and that you are able to use it the properly. So no problem at all. Like this type of, if you can go the status, everything, it will shows like that what we are following, what we are going. So these all you are able to use, as per your business need with the simple examples. So I hope it is okay for you, and we can continue after the tea break. Thank you.